Laken Riley.
I know, Tom. How are you?
Love you, Mr. President.
Steve from Detroit. I know, Steve. Well, I told you before, if I had your hair, I'd have gotten elected earlier.
Laken Riley. Laken Riley.
I know how to say the name.
Laken Riley. Say your name, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President.
Here's a chart looking at this exact claim in Texas. We can see that between 2012 and 2018, undocumented immigrants committed homicide, assault, robbery, sexual assault, burglary, theft, and arson at lower rates than both legal immigrants and native-born U.S. citizens. And here's the name of the study in case anyone's interested.
Okay, so we need to talk about this Laken Riley situation. It's an unfortunate situation. I thought I was done talking about it, but there's more to be said because of what's transpired over the last few days, because of words out of the mouth of the President of the United States, disrespecting this lady and defending her killer. So Biden and the left, the Democrats, they have been refusing to acknowledge her. They've been refusing to say her name. It's turned to a Breonna Taylor type situation, but in reverse, where those people were marching and protesting around the country saying, say her name, say her name. So the left is refusing to say her name because she was deleted by an illegal immigrant, by a person who ran into the law multiple times before he ultimately deleted Laken Riley down there at UGA in Athens, Georgia. So Biden and his handlers, they know it's their fault. The New York DA, those people who laid him off the hook up there for child endangerment, the people at the border who left him off the hook, the Secretary of Homeland Security, all these people who just let him go. A Venezuelan gang member, they just let him go until he did what he did. They know that they're at fault and they don't want to acknowledge that their immigration policy is letting in thousands of criminals. So they want to bring in all of these people because they want to give them freebies and say the Republicans are racist, vote Democrat. They want to increase their voter base, but it has a heavy cost, and that heavy cost is all types of crimes, all types of violence going on, because Laken isn't the only one. There have been a series of deletions by illegal immigrants. So Biden, they didn't even want to acknowledge her at all over the last few weeks. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she pressed Biden before the State of the Union. I just showed that clip. She pressured Biden into finally saying it. She kept heckling him while he was up there ranting and spewing his nonsense. She kept heckling him. So he finally said it. So let's take a look.
Laken Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand.
He tried to say it. I guess he tried to say it, but he is old and senile, and he couldn't even get her name right. Why should we even try to get his name right? Why should we want to respect him after what he just did? Didn't even care. And people can say, oh, well, maybe he just messed up. He just an old man and, he got the name wrong. Got some people. No, because he had chances to make up after the fact. He could have apologized, didn't apologize to the family. He didn't say the name again to try to say it properly. What Biden did after this speech is he went on TV and apologized, because you'll notice in that clip, he called the killer an illegal. So he didn't apologize to Riley's family for getting her name wrong. He apologized for calling the guy an illegal immigrant. You can't make this ish up. Let's take a look at this.
Mr. President, it's great to see you again. Thank you
Good
for
to
doing
see
this.
you.
So that was one hell of a speech you gave Thursday night. I'm going to touch on three specific areas there. The first one being, I noticed the look of surprise on your face when you walked into the chamber and you saw Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was priceless. You feigned shock at seeing her. But during your response to her heckling of you, you used the word illegal when talking about the man who allegedly killed Laken Riley.
An undocumented person. And I shouldn't have used illegal. It's undocumented. And look, when I spoke about the difference between Trump and me, one of the things I talked about on the border was that the way he talks about vermin, the way he talks about these people polluting the blood. I talked about what I'm not going to do, what I won't do. I'm not going to treat any of these people with disrespect. Look, they built the country. The reason our economy is growing. We have to control the border and more orderly flow, but I don't share his view at all.
So you regret using that word?
Yes.
So F. Laken, I guess, is that what we're doing here? You want to sit here and apologize to a murderer, to a criminal alien? Because the mob, the left-wing mob, these woke activists, they're out here upset. Oh, how dare you? You can't call them illegals. They're just poor people trying to make a better life for themselves. Because they don't want to acknowledge that we have all types of criminals in here. So apologize for calling a murderer what he is, an illegal immigrant. But yeah, screw Riley, I guess. At least Trump was down there. At least Trump said the right thing. Trump actually called him exactly what he is, as he should have. And Trump actually met up with the family. He hugged them and he gave them some type of comfort, even though there's not really much you can do for the family because the deed is done, unfortunately. But let's take a look at Trump talking about the situation down there in Georgia.
But one of the lives that was taken from us was an incredible 22-year-old nursing student right here in Georgia, Laken Riley. Right? Look at the signs. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. From the time she was in the first grade, Laken's dream was to spend her life caring for others. And I met her beautiful mother and family backstage, sister, friends, some of her friends, her roommate. They said she was like the best. She was always the best. They admit that she was the best. And she was the first in her class. She was going to be the best nurse. She was the best nursing student. She was always the best. She was the brightest light in every room, they told me, and she was the whole world to her parents and to her sister, just to the whole family. Incredible. Then the unthinkable happened. 16 days ago, Laken went out for a morning jog. She was in great shape. She wanted to keep herself that way. And she never came back, never came back. They knew something was wrong. An illegal alien criminal who Joe Biden intentionally released into our country has been, and because he's released tens of thousands of people like this, tens of thousands, because you know they come from jails and they come from mental institutions. He released them into our country. Biden has implemented a formal policy that illegal aliens who intrude into the United States are granted immunity from deportation. Thus, when this monster showed up at our border, he was set free immediately under the program that Crooked Joe created.
Good points by Trump, and he went on for a few more minutes, made some more good points. But what would the left say? The left will say, well, look at the chart. Because the left, they keep bringing up these charts and these stats saying, well, American-born citizens, they commit more crimes than illegal immigrants. White men delete people too. So let's look at this idiot leftist over here talking about the chart.
Well, folks, it looks like immigrants, both legal and illegal, commit less crime than U.S.-born citizens. Spin that one, Fox.
So I guess that's what you're going to say to Riley's family. Is this what you're going to say when somebody is victimized by an illegal immigrant? We got the cheerleader down there in Texas. I think some minors were raped up there in Minnesota or somewhere like that by some illegal criminal aliens. And we see what's going on up there in New York. But what the left is going to do is say, look at the chart. American-born citizens, they commit more crimes than illegal immigrants. Look at the chart. So go down there to Riley's family and show them this chart and get cussed out. Because when these people deal with these crimes, we're talking about specific instances of illegal immigrants committing crimes. Nobody wants to look at a damn chart. And that chart can be debated, but that's a whole nother conversation. But that's all the left has to say because they are using excuses. They know they're wrong. They know their policies are wrong. Letting in all these illegal immigrants. Biden is completely trash. These leftists are trying to defend him because they want these voters. They want to give away freebies, and they want these voters, and they want to defend criminals. They don't want to demonize criminals. These people who come across the border commit all types of crime, gang leaders, selling drugs and stuff. They don't want to talk about that. So Riley's specific instance. Oh no, let's not talk about this specific crime with this Venezuelan gang member. No, let's just pull up the chart. White men delete more people than illegal immigrants. Anyways, man, hopefully I won't have to talk about this. Completely nonsense. Biden is completely trash. If you're still voting for this man after this, I don't know what to say. So let me know what you guys think about this. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.